Hey YouTube, this is Ben Gessel. This is going to be kind of a general vlog, how things are going this last week. It's been a little bit busier than usual, but not a heck of a lot. I've been doing some video gaming. Um, After quite some time, I've ended up getting Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, and I've played it quite a bit in the past. Been quite a while, so I played it again. Of course, I beat the game, but most importantly, I've never really finished Durlik's Tower, and I finished Durlik's Tower this time. There's a section of Durlik's Tower. It's the second level of the underground. That's always been an Achilles heel for anybody playing this game, and I think what it is mainly it has to do with the fact that when you open a door in this area, the second it's the underground area, second floor underground, not the first, but the second one down. It's after you. Anyway, yeah. So when you open a door, some doors close, and you open another, you do another thing, and the other doors close, and the one you just opened closes. So it's just a question of how well you know the system of how the door is closed and open. And the problem is also you can't really. I have to review the doors again myself, but so this is the main thing that's been kind of a real challenge for this dungeon for people. And if really they did it differently, or it wasn't quite like as merciless, but they wanted it to be hard. I know, but this is the reason why Durlik's Tower is so frustrating for so many people. And something as straightforward as the Audra Dragon in Pillars of Eternity is kind of another deal altogether, where they just made it almost impossible to beat that thing. There's no battle in any of the Baldur's Gate games, or Icewind Dale, in my opinion, or pretty much anything else I've ever done that comes close to the Audra Dragon. And I just think it's ridiculously hard in Pillars of Eternity. So this is a different thing. It's just a question of not getting stuck in a area where the doors are all closed, or whatever. This. Anyway, so that's just something else that's been going on recently, but mostly I wanted to talk about a few things here. The first thing has to do with, just YouTube content. So when I was starting out making YouTube videos, my computer, I had a whole bunch of ideas and things like, and I can revisit some of those. Some of those I never really got to finish all of them. But I'm going to actually finish all of them. I just, to walk you through kind of how things have been so far on YouTube. So my computer, I had to get a new hard drive. This is a while back. When that happened, there's a program that was my old hard drive on my Mac that I used for videos that went away, and I didn't have the program, and I didn't want. I've been very uncertain which one to get. Didn't want to pay for anything on my i5 Mac, and I'll probably end up getting a new computer at some point anyway. So again, soon. So I've been using my phone, for a while, which has been nice. It's been much easier to bring with me, do a lot of things like that. So aside from that, so I have a lot of things I'm going to be doing. I'll get to them all, I promise, sooner or later. But I'm a pretty busy guy, like a lot of you guys out there, and this is not my main thing I do. And I try to make each video appealing to some of my viewers, at least some. There's probably a small number that are appealing to everybody. And again, I don't really, I really think very carefully about some of the things I'm going to say. It's not, I rarely do something on the fly. That's just Now, I mean, it depends on the nature of the video, I suppose, but the content. Um, but the main thing is, on most things, I want to be very, very clear about what my opinions are and why I believe the things I do. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to always have those same opinions. Some things I probably will always feel the same way about, more or less. Other things will probably change a little bit. And that's, it's always interesting, a little bit frustrating for me to come across the idea that, you know, people can't change how they think about things, right? Particularly the political sense or other things like that. To me, eh, it's a way of thinking that is very political pundity, I guess you could say, even if it's not necessarily politics you're talking about. Even if it's not like a political subject, but yeah, people change their minds about things all the time, and because none of us are perfect, none of us know everything, and we should be always, reevaluating what we really think about some things, and the things that we tend to kind of stay in the same ballpark on tend to be things that are more provable, scientifically, and things that are more clearly ethical. Like, you're not supposed to hit someone unless they're gonna kill you. Yeah. So don't hit your sister, right? Eat your vegetables and fruits, vegetables. Watch the, all that nutrition. There's some things that are not gonna go the way of the dodo. Some opinions are not going to go bye bye, but others might change a little bit. And so if they change, they change, and we should all allow other people. We should all allow people to change a little bit, in my opinion, over time. So, but yeah, I'm a busy guy. Sometimes I don't get to these things until it's late. So, that all being said, a few of the things maybe that I'll mention in this video. Just a few. So, as you guys probably know, I've been following Vegetable Police, aka Casey Stern, for a little while. His name is Casey Stern. He lives in Canada. And, he's actually a fun guy to watch his stuff. I mean, he really is a funny guy. But it's true, his channel is primarily comedy based. Now, he put out a monkey diet or monkey strength book a while back. And maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Now that the cat's out of the bag, I might as well say it. Somebody uploaded his book to Scribd, I think it is. Now, I know this is just the way things are. It's so messed up, but it's the way things are. Somebody uploaded Casey Stern's Pride and Joy, his monkey strength fitness book, to Scribd. The whole thing, the whole book, is there online. It was posted by Anonymous something or other. Now, I'm telling myself, oh man, cat's out of the bag. Now I can't read this book for free, and this anonymous guy is going to be in trouble, right? Well, his name is obviously anonymous because he doesn't want to get in trouble. But if Casey watches this video, Casey, you know somebody's posted it. Somebody's posted the book that we're all trying to get money, and somebody's trying to circumvent that avenue of income for you, and they did a bad thing. They did a no. It's copyrighted stuff. I would think it's just. But anyway, I just. But yeah, I mean, So you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Casey's gonna see this. I don't know. I just know that I mentioned this for a few different reasons. We're gonna get to Trisha's stuff perhaps either in this video or a different one. But I posted a video of just a very relaxing, not really melodically driven piece. You know, an improvisation number one on my videos, and it's got a few hits, few views. I don't know, not too many. But the thing is the reason why I'm still very cautious about putting more stuff out on YouTube has a lot to do with what just happened to Casey. But in my case, somebody, you know, steals my music or claims it as their own. I've read a bit about the law, and I have to. Music is already automatically copyrighted. You know, it's anything I perform or anything I've written is obviously copyrighted to me. But if somebody, you know, there are certain things about, well, there's a bit more to the law than what I'm saying. But you know, it's if I want to make money, if I want to sue someone, or if I want to, you know, recover damages, I have to file my piece of music with the copyright office, or you know, I actually, you know, have to make it more documented when I wrote something. So you know, it's more provable that the guy stole it, whatever, and so get money from that person. So that's how I understand copyright law. But there's probably a lot more to it than that. I know. Um, but yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. What happened to Casey? You know, I don't know how many people are going to be reading this for free. How many people just go online, look for free stuff. Oh, look, there's a free something or other. I don't know how much money is lost from this sort of thing. I just know that it's a very real thing. So I just have to be careful what I put on YouTube. Not necessarily always the controversial stuff, but also the stuff that, you know, I'm trying to make money just like everybody else, and I don't want people stealing my stuff. You know, I'm going to pay for my stuff. So, you know, by all means, you can guys give me your comments. Let me know what you think. But this is a real thing, folks. People, YouTube is one of the easiest ways for people to steal music. So no, I don't want to put my best stuff for free on here. You know, if it's a way to send it to you guys can pay me money for bigger pieces. Let's do that. By all means, you know. If you want either musical score or just Sibelius sound file recordings, MP3 files, you know, give you some little bit of money for this. That might work. You know. I can have a few short little samples on this channel for now, but I just have to be careful with the really good stuff and the really big stuff, you know. So that's all I'm saying. But mentioning Casey Stern, you know, there's a lot of folks. I'm going to open this up to become a general train of thought here. So a while back, when I was watching YouTube videos, a lot of what I saw was goofy prankster stuff. A fair bit. I got a little bit bored, not with Jack Vale, because Jack Vale is very funny. Very funny, and I do find flatulence humor to be pretty funny, right? It can be very funny. The way that Jack Vale does it, of course, it's the reactions that people have. That's the funny part, right? Actually smelling someone's real fart is not. that's just nasty, right? But you know, I mean, that's just juvenile humor, whatever. But yeah, Jack Vale's a funny guy. He's a very, very funny guy, and I love his stuff. But I started watching Roman Atwood and some other guys, and the prank videos where they're more they provoke a stronger reaction than even Jack Vale's. Jack Vale got punched once for some by some guy. Anyway, you guys can watch that video if you want to. I've seen guys go though in the inner cities and specifically have have things they do, or they provoke specific. They know they're going to get some of these young black guys really upset, and it's just the thing to tick them off, and they film themselves getting punched sometimes. Anyway, they know or chased down or whatever, and I think it's funny. You know, it's about the reaction, but I remember being teased when I was younger. I remember it's not always a question of, for the most part, what happens is these guys are okay. They don't get beat up really that much. It's like I don't know. It's kind of just like really embarrassing when somebody loses their temper on on a video that everybody can see. When someone loses their temper, and I cannot imagine how embarrassing that would be. It doesn't matter who won a fight. That's stupid. That's juvenile. Yeah. What matters is your reputation. What matters is how many people are seeing you completely lose it over something stupid. And everybody's a little different. Some people don't mind so much being people knowing that they're a very aggressive person. But man, if I was filmed by one of these old pranksters, yeah. Well, that's why so many people. I think I try to teach myself. I try to tell myself, um, you know, don't get upset by somebody's YouTube prankster, guy, because it's going to be online. You can always request to not have it online, but I don't think that's necessary so long as everybody's minding, just being civil and stuff. But okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going still a different direction with all this. I do apologize. So the the nature of YouTube is something that I've always enjoyed some things about it, but there's quite a lot of well, let's just call a spade for what it is. Spade. There's a lot of junk on YouTube. A lot of juvenile stuff that just is a waste of time. And is stupid and dumb. And there's this rat race, I'm aware that everybody's trying to be the big YouTube channel and trying to get tons of views and all this stuff. I'm not in this rat race. I am not in it at all. Everything I put on YouTube or any other site that has information or entertainment or whatever it is I'm trying to do, I'm just doing it for people watching it. I don't care how many views my videos get. I honestly don't. I would like more views, sure, but it's not a huge priority. It's more important for me to be very clear in what I'm trying to say in my videos. It's more important for me to have a voice, even if it doesn't get very far at present. So many things are far more important to me in this area, infinitely more important than trying to get more views by having this persona or all these other things that some of these other YouTubers do that I don't want to have anything to do with. It's important you guys know this about me. I realized this when I started doing videos. I cannot be someone I'm not. It just is not in my nature. I can show different sides of me, I suppose. I could show different things that I enjoy doing or know. But there's so many things you guys haven't heard yet You might have heard a fair bit. Again, my personality should be pretty, fairly knowable if you've seen enough of my videos. But there's a lot of things interest-wise, a lot of skills, a lot of things that I just haven't put on YouTube. And hopefully with time I'll have a way, I'll know the best way of doing that. But I'll make mistakes. I'm not perfect in kind of even what I put on YouTube. Just, but just like everybody else, guys, I have other things I do in my life. Recently there was a call. What was it? There was in my church there was it was for all members of the church, LDS church, to submit hymns and primary songs, children's songs, to sing at church, and that was open to everybody. And so I was agonizing over this thing for a whole year, and I finally, just before the deadline, submitted some pretty decent hymns. And one or two of them were they were actually pretty good. I'm confident that they will at least be taken, they will at least be played. And, I don't know if, I have my doubts that, I'm not sure if any of them will make it through, but maybe one or two of them, we'll see. But I told my dad I won't be too disheartened if nothing makes it through. But writing a hymn, I've learned I've written stuff like that before, but it's not necessarily my forte. But I gave it my best shot. But I know what's involved with that kind of stuff, at least the style of hymns that my church has. And that's just one of many, 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 many things I'm involved in, folks. Along with teaching private lessons and composing and performing on the horn and trying to do other things for the future. I'm trying to, So sometimes I'll be making a fair amount of videos, other times less so. And that's just the way things are going to have to be unless I'm making more money on YouTube, which, and I have better technology, better camera stuff, all that stuff. It's just the way it is. So again, just to sum up, I'm not in the rat race. I'm not in the rat race to get views. I'm not in the rat race. There's so many things, guys, look, I actually do like the idea of having a older audience, because sure you have younger folks too, but I want to avoid having people commenting on my videos that assume that I'm in this rat race, that I'm trying to make videos like the more juvenile prank videos, or worse, the videos where people are just being idiots for views. I have my favorite idiots, just like everybody else. I like PewDiePie. He's a funny guy. I'm not saying he's the best guy I've ever known. Far from it. He's, I'm not saying he's like a pillar of righteousness. I'm just saying he's a fine guy, and I think he's so fine. I think he's great. As are many other people that do what he does. And he doesn't really, Felix, he's a Swedish guy. Felix doesn't really show very much of his real personality online. It is kind of an act, but only to an extent. And that's the way things are for so many of these guys that do entertaining videos. And no way in heck am I gonna. I just respect what they do, but I'm not going to do that. That's not me. There's so many of them doing this crazy, watch me, funny stuff, that if you guys want to see more of that stuff, go see more of that stuff. I'm not saying you'll never do that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, I have to think that through. And, it'd be interesting doing like a play on YouTube. Just get some of my buddies together. But we'll be very amateur in our acting. But you never know. I mean, maybe. But then I, would have to get more knowledgeable about how to put together a video involving cuts and things. And all this stuff. But it'd be very amateur, and it would involve people not being embarrassed to see themselves on YouTube, and so I don't know if it will happen. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's one of the ideas I've had, to do something more entertaining. But I just, I mean, like, you can always take a lighter, I don't smoke, but you can take a lighter and you can, just try getting close to touching someone's skin that well, and you can film their reaction. I would never do that. I'm a Boy Scout. I had one of the corners of one of those fire chit things, CHIT, folks, CHIT. This is back with real Boy Scouts. I mean, okay. This is back when Scouts were boys, right? Young men. So that's happened to me once. My little thing was torn off. So I'm not going to do that. But, those kinds of things, right? Or all the dumb things. Just the things like someone's asleep and you're, like, messing with their face and poking them and stuff, Stuff you'd see on Jack ASS, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's funny. But no, that's not really me. But I could, it's not completely out of the ballpark of what I could see something like that. But there's a lot of stuff they do in that show that So this is just for, this should give you more of an idea what to expect, right? And maybe I've touched on some very serious things that I think I've done a pretty good job explaining. There's so many other things I haven't even talked about. This all being said, let me just get back to Casey Stern for a second. So it was, it's been said on his channel that it's primarily a comedy channel, right? The thing is, you can kind of see with this guy that he actually is eating certain types of foods. And he actually is saying what he's saying he's doing, he's really doing. With a little bit of cheat meals, perhaps. But this is a nutrition thing. This is like a vegan nutrition, or, all that stuff. All that stuff that, bothers people to death. And, yeah, it's just, it's hard to know still what is really going on with someone else online. Yeah. To me, it doesn't matter so much what someone's diet is. What matters more is what kind of person they are. When someone isn't showing their real self online, then it's my big thing. It's like, they can be entertaining, they can be funny, but if they're not really themselves fully, well, that's not a good thing, because if you spend the more time you spend watching this person that's just trying to entertain and not being for real as much. I mentioned this in another video in the past. I know I have. But it's important that you guys understand that I'm not trying to do this again. I just cannot be trying to be as clear as I can be in this regard. I am not trying to be someone that I am not. I am definitely myself online. Definitely, without a doubt, 100% always myself. But again, I can still have opinions that might change over time. Yep. Oh yeah. And to be honest, one of the things that I'm most likely to change regarding my opinions about people and things and whatever has something to do with the extent to which I understand people from different countries and their perspectives on things. So I have not met anybody from Burma, for instance, Myanmar. Those are two different nations, Burma, Myanmar. The same country that lies between India and Thailand and China. I've never met anybody from Burma. I've never met anybody from Libya or Tunisia or nobody from Moldova or, I've only The only Estonian I've ever known was some guy on YouTube, Artur Rehi. He's also a pretty fun guy. Recommend him watching his channel, Artur, Artur Rehi, Rehi. He's a pretty cool guy, but in real life, I've never met anybody from Estonia. So this is one of the things, when I meet people, or the more I know different people from different countries, certain areas, certain religions, certain philosophies, it gives me a better understanding of those kinds of folks. And until I meet those people, I'm only going to have so much knowledge or opinions about certain things. It can't go beyond a certain point until I understand certain people better or certain ideas better. It's often perspectives on the world. That's what it is. You can't expect, there's so much variety, so it's like, that's why we can only say so much about a country, because, it's, anyway, it's just, you can know 10,000 Polish folks, be surrounded by them, and you still would only know so much about Poland as a country overall. But it might give you, and I have to wrap this video, but it might give you an idea of what's going on with these different countries. So hopefully this has been a good video for you guys to think about. Don't be in the rat race of YouTube. Consider that maybe other platforms might be an option to put stuff out there that's really entertaining or really enjoyable for other people. At some point I might do that as well. I have to consider what I'm going to be doing in that regard. But at any rate, leave me your thoughts and comments below. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.